One of the things that came up was jobless claims. So jobless claims is a negative. It's a negative because people you know, or thanks to layoffs and other things, they're making their first jobless claim. Usually means, depending on the state, that you've been unemployed for a few weeks and now you're putting in a claim to get unemployment support. Maybe it's a check from the state or other forms of support that are out there if you're a single mom. But there was 22,000 jobless claims. Now that may not seem like a big number on a national United States basis, and there's clusters where that's going to be higher. That's not just, it's not like sunshine that it kind of sunshines on everybody. Certain sectors, certain industries suddenly have it worse than others. But this is the highest total pop since 2021, when we were dead in the middle of the COVID winter. And it suggests that the economy is cooling, and that's what the Fed wants. The Fed wants things to calm down because inflation is driven by a hot economy, among other things. Specifically, a hot economy, if you take a look at the economy as a stove and you throw $1.2 trillion of printed money into the stove, woof, the stove burns hot, prices go up. We saw everything that happened to houses, cars, and then the COVID effect, shortage of chips, drove up the price of cars too, and we had inflation, boom, all those reasons, it was out of control. But the jobless claims being up means two things. Means number one, the economy is cooling, which is what the Fed wants, which means interest rates very likely to stay with the Biz Doc forecast that in June, no raise in rates further, which means that as you look around at loans for your business, credit lines for your business, inventory lines, floor planning, all of that should be settling. It's been going up for a while, but so there should be a settling effect on that as you're trying to manage cash flow for your business. The other thing that's coming up is, guess what? And we're going to see a couple other stats on this today. It may be getting marginally easier to hire people. So if you're one of the lucky businesses that is finding growth, or you're looking at this opportunity to say, if we're going into a recession, I'm going to cut the weaker people, maybe they don't believe in my message, don't believe in my culture that I'm trying to build. That happens at the insurance company that Patrick Bet-David founded, that I had a privilege to work with him at as a C-level executive, to come in and help scale the business and to be there for part of that ride. There were times where Pat made the tough decision on people that didn't fit. Now maybe one of the times for you to find and make a decision for people that don't fit, and to say to yourself, this weaker player, you know what, we're going to say goodbye, and I'm going to find somebody during this recession at a more moderated salary that's fair for them, fair for me, and I'm going to strengthen my business. That's one of the things you can think about. So when you think about jobless claims, don't always think about the negative. If you're running a good business, you're running a tight ship, this is an opportunity for you maybe to make some employment shifts among the mix of your team members. Remember, it was, there was a guy, I'm going to talk about more in a minute, Jack Welch, who used to say, hey, you know what? Always super reward the top, but always trim the bottom every year. Don't make exceptions. Good year, bad year, trim the bottom performers and super reward the top performers. So that's what's going on there. And so I think that's self-explanatory for your business, whatever you're doing. And if you're working for a business, now is not the time to make a play, unless if you know you are an absolute star performer and you've been driving it hard, now is the time to walk into your boss and say, hey, look, I know this is a tough year, I know it's a recession, but I also know that I'm busting my butt for you and I'm driving this and I'm trusting you're going to take care of me when it's over. Sometimes that is the best way to ask for a raise and then help the company drive and grow during the recession and make that little bit of profit so that the company can pay you that raise. Because any good owner, good manager, good leader is going to remember, I remember when that person walked into my office and we were going through pre-recession and we were going through high interest rates and a lot of things. That person walked in my office, you know what they said? I've been busting my butt and I know you can see it. And I thanked them for that. But then they said this, I really think that if we can get through this and I'm driving hard, that I deserve some reward from that. But I'm not going to hold you up right now. I just want to let you know, I want my name on the paper when it's time to look at if we had a really good year in 23 and I was the one that stayed here because I believed in the dream, I believed in the culture, and I'm here to help. That is, trust me, I've done that in my career when people have come to me and I've given them counsel to do that, and then I've taken care of those people later.